like 10.
He does look old as shit.
He does. Almost his short legs. I don't know what it is. He looks old.
We're gonna lead with that.
He's an old soul.
Well, he's kind of big bone. He's kind of fat.
He's not fat. Have you seen a fat Chihuahua?
He's happy. He's happy.
Well, I don't know if he's happy.
Have you seen a fat Chihuahua? They're way fat. He's just kind of burly.
Well, so you don't just compare him to other people. Doesn't justify, or other dogs doesn't justify his issue.
You're also comparing him to Tammy, who's she's got crazy
Genetics.
No, she's just super.
Wiry.
I guess, yeah, she's wiry.
Oh, she's lean.
Yeah, she's small.
But
Phil used to look like that when he was her age, but she's definitely not going to get bigger than she is now. She's pretty much full size.
He clearly gave up on life.
No. He lives life. He lives life
The
full.
fullest.
Yeah, he just likes to attack people that come in here.
I was gonna say, why don't you talk about his hobbies? How he lives life to the fullest. How is that? What does he do?
Well, he gets to go on walks every day.
That's true.
And he gets to, he gets to guard the neighborhood. He sits on our little chair by the big window in the living room and attacks the dogs that try and shit on our grass through the glass. Kind of regulates the neighborhood.
Does everyone know him on the block? Like when Phil walks by.
I was hoping that maybe
that's Phil.
I was hoping maybe they would just avoid walking by our house because of him, but it doesn't work.
Well,
no, it's some of the neighbors do. I have this neighbor next door who's just he's a handful, put it that way, and Phil just does not like him.
Talked about that neighbor quite a few times.
Yes, we have. Yeah. Peyton.
We're using names.
It's this guy. He's the guy.
Peyton.
He's the guy.
Shout out Peyton.
Hey Peyton.
He's the guy that says well, actually, our buddy Mitch, who has zero filter, who's just a complete asshole, came up to Peyton the other day. And he's like, "Hey, why are you still in your pajamas? It's noon." That's what Mitch said.
That's how he started.
That's how he started.
And the guy said, "Hi, I'm Peyton."
And he's like, I didn't have them on earlier. And I'm like, well, you did, because I saw you in the backyard with them on, because my window looks in the backyard.
Hold on a second. Anyway, that might be worse. Like, what do you mean you didn't have them on
I
earlier?
was just gonna say, what did you sleep? Did you sleep in full dress outfit and then change pajamas for the day?
It's possible.
Or maybe he's getting ready. Maybe he's getting ready for bed.
It could be.
Or he's about to take a nap.
He's the guy that says,
But people, you don't put on pajamas for a nap, because then it's not a nap, then it's going to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's always complaining about not having enough time to get anything done, but then he's wakes up at fucking 11 o'clock in the afternoon and he's wearing his pajamas.
God, where'd the day
till
go?
3. And then he went out to go get mimosas on Sunday.
How's it going? Busy. Busy.
I think his excuse to Mitch was like, yeah, man, just, you don't got any time to even change. I'm like, well, dude, I saw you, roll out of bed and run in the backyard, basically with just your pajama bottoms, no shirt on. Wiping the sand out of your eyes at noon. What do you mean you ain't that time?
Damn.
Anyways.
What if Peyton's just why are you laying into me
So
today?
he's out there,
I just let Mitch do that for me.
Pajamas, just pajama pants, no shirt?
Yeah.
That's how I roll, too.
Well, that's classic.
Although I don't wear pants, though. I just wear shorts or whatever, but... I'm not afraid to go outside without a shirt on.
No, yeah, no.
Who puts a shirt on to get the mail?
Shorts?
If
Real
it's summertime, the shirt's off, the lawnmower's out, the cowboy hat's on.
Yeah. No, oh yeah.
Wait, why cowboy hat?
There's a thing. I wear a cowboy hat when I do all my yard work. Just because it's silly.
In the moment? Because it's the moment?
Yeah, it's just silly.
Okay.
In the heat of the moment.
Yeah. Just to confuse the neighborhood.
I like to push my daughter in her stroller and take my shirt off sometimes. It's a nice summer day. I'm going for a walk outside. It's hot. I'm trying to get this D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta get that D in me. So I gotta pop the top, get that vitamin D. And so that happens sometimes. We go to the park. Not when let's say we go to the.
Do you go to the kids' park with no shirt on?
Well, I don't just.
I'm concerned.
I don't just
really
hang out.
Concerned. Okay.
I don't just hang out at the
but
park.
But you're with your daughter, so.
But say I have my daughter and I'm pushing a stroller.
Yeah.
And I'm going on a walk and we're walking around the park.
Yeah.
So you're sitting on the bench?
Okay.
No, I don't.
Arms out.
Leg up.
Legs crossed, shirtless at the park.
No, just to be clear, I've yet to just sit on a bench and watch the children play with them shirtless. But I don't know. There's always next summer.
Yeah, there's always next summer.
I don't want to count it out.
With the chanclas? Wearing the chanclas?
Oh, yeah.
I love chanclas.
No socks, though.
No.
Yeah, we all have company-wide chocolate policy.
We got to roll.
Yeah.
There's an actual policy.
There's a chocolate policy, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what, the chocolate policy is set in stone as much as all of our other policies.
Yeah, whenever you feel like it.
And just kind of when it
Go
feels,
by feel.
When it feels right.
Wow. So this
Yeah.
work environment is just chillaxadaisical.
Not real hard and fast.
Yeah, it's
We have a few
that
things.
sucks.
We got a few things. We have a few things. There's some meetings like that we have specific times. Like we have once or twice a week. We have meetings like every week at this time. Everyone's there.
Okay.
But outside of that, it's pretty relatively unstructured.
So you guys
Yeah.
are enjoying life.
Yeah, well, you gotta enforce like a.
Why are we concerned over here about
Well,
enjoying
sometimes
life?
oh no, we are. But sometimes there's a little bit of like, man, I wonder if there's a little more structure. Sometimes things are easier if there's more structure.
Well, I
Okay.
think that we do a good job of kind of managing that.
I think so too.
Yeah. But it's definitely getting better with that.
Oh, definitely getting
We
better.
you gotta let it get a little out of control, so then you know where to pull back.
We should introduce our guest.
Yeah, that's probably good.
We really went off there. Hi,
Yeah.
guys.
Hi.
I'm Katerina.
I was going to say it's Katerina.
Yeah.
So, Katerina,
Yeah.
you are the MC at the Sacramento Kings games?
I am. So I'm the in-game host. So I'm one of the people on the court giving away free stuff. And so everyone loves me.
Do you get, how often do you ever get the opportunity to shoot the t-shirt cannon?
Oh, yeah. I was a dancer actually for 5 years, from 2010 to 2015. And I was designated cannon girl and slingshot girl because I could make it
Double
past.
duty.
Oh, double duty. I could slingshot it all the way up to the upper level.
Put
of
it
the
down
goal.
with that.
That's gotta be the most fun gig out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would injure myself every time because I would go so hard because I had this really, high reputation that I
Oh,
needed
wow.
to
Right,
hit the
uphold
top.
that.
You
Yeah.
got to live up to expectations.
Every single game. And so
Yeah.
I would roll my ankle every game because I would slam it and then fall onto the court.
Right. Worth it.
100% because then everybody, you're the slingshot girl. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I am.
How's your ankle?
The nosebleeds get real excited when they see you come out with the slingshot. Oh, fine, we might actually get something this game.
Yeah, and so with the new, so that was the old arena at Arco. And
Okay.
so this new arena,
That's a
we're
long
really
ways with the
good.
new one.
Yeah, but we have it's called, we name it everything different. It's like a Ball Blaster 7000, Ball Blaster 2800. It's just, whatever
Those are the
we
cannons?
feel. It's multiple cannons. So it's like you press a button, it goes,
Like a Tommy
wow.
gun?
yes.
Is it
but
like,
has-
is it cylindrical? Like it
Yes.
rotates through?
Yes.
jeez.
And so those go all the way up. So we don't
That's
even
pretty
have a
awesome.
slingshot.
Are you
anymore.
worried about endangering? Like what about someone in the front row?
Yeah, just fucking just send it to someone's chest, front row.
Just right at him. Like I did when I was throwing those Easter eggs when I was giving that speech, and they hit someone right in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did this. It was this conference, and so there was like 1,000 people, and it was like this keynote speech. And they're like, hey, so actually to help everyone calm down, when you first go out there's this bowl, and it's full of Easter eggs,
Yeah.
and they all have money in them. Like some have $100 bills, some have like $5, some have like some
Serious?
just candy.
Yeah.
So like when you get out there, you throw like 10 of them, and so it's great. You go on stage, and everyone's like 1,000 people on their feet cheering. People are standing on chairs,
Yeah.
like pumped up. And so they're saying, yeah, it's funny. The people in front are bitching though because everyone wants to like throw them as far as they can to the back row. I was like, oh, I'll get someone in the front, but let me tell you, they better be ready because I'm gonna bring it.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Really hard. Yeah.
But I was totally kidding. Like I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And so I said like 4 or 5 times. Someone said something about that, and I said, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna make sure the front row gets some. But
Yeah.
it's coming in hot, right? Ha ha ha. And then what happened is I go out there and they grab one, and I'm all jacked up, like nervous, adrenaline, whatever, like and talk in front of 1,000 people, and they're on the stage. It's like this weird kind of thing. Everyone's like expecting you to say something. Like important.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get him, and
Yeah.
like the second one I throw, it slips and hammers this lady right in the front row.
Face?
And she
I think
hands
it
her
was
up,
just
hands her up right here, ah! And then all of a sudden I just see her like face changes, and then right between her hands hits her right in the
Oh,
face.
God.
And then I immediately when it happened, my first thought, I said, I manifested that.
Well, I think also is your
I absolutely
your
did.
subconscious
You
took
did.
over and you just
Yeah.
did what you really wanted to do.
Yeah, and then I felt kind of bad.
Did you?
Oh, well, a little
You
bit.
didn't. I
A
just
little
feel like
bit.
it satisfied something right, down in here, just a
Oh,
little, even if you
Yeah,
want to admit
I'm gonna
it or
agree
not.
with
Let me-
that.
let me tell you
I'm gonna
this.
agree with you there.
Yeah, because
Well,
I've done it before.
I never thought of it this way before, but I'll tell you one thing is I'm a man of my word. You know, said I was going to do something, I did it.
Yeah, that's what really happened.
Yeah,
I think that's more the true story.
I just learned something about myself.
Yeah.
So thanks
learning
for that,
every day. You're welcome. You know, everyone's always mad though that they're not going to get something. So people at the top, they always complain. People at the bottom, they always complain. I just feel like I can never make people happy.
You just can't please everyone.
Yeah, you just can't.
Yeah.
And I want to, but I can't.
Even with the Ball Blaster 9000.
Just because, you know, little Jimmy, who's 9, whose dad owns a tech company and gets to sit courtside, doesn't mean he doesn't get to get the little toy for free.
No, I think...
You know, like, why is he being punished for that?
Everyone gets it for free. Everyone should.
Yeah, I agree.
There's like 30,000 people, and we have like 100 balls. So it's hard to get everyone balls.
I didn't even think there was even that many. I thought it was way less than that.
It's like 100 balls.
Okay.
And it's...
Balls or shirts?
We have balls.
Well, it's like the foam balls,
shirts.
right? Aren't they foam or are they rubber?
Oh, we have foam.
Yeah,
They're
the foam
foam.
ones,
And
yeah.
there's small balls. We have medium-sized balls, too.
Do you pick out the person you're going for, or do you just go for an area?
It depends. I mean, it's all situational.
You gotta see the whites of their eyes.
Yeah, sometimes I like the screamers, like they're up and they're looking at you and they're like the shaking.
You're like, oh, that
and you're
person's
like,
pumped,
oh,
beat
and I
red,
feel like you
rage.
deserve it. No, you deserve it, you know? And then not, you know, people who are kind of sitting and super chill, well, I feel like you don't need it as much as someone who's like is gonna cry.
They don't really want that shirt. Yeah, show me you want
Well,
it.
you want it until you get it. And then you're like, ah, fuck.
And then you're like, this is a triple XL.
I was just gonna say, you get it, and then you look at it and you go, "This isn't my size. It's this 100% cotton Hanes beefy tee.
Well, I guess
I put this on. It's gonna look like we're wearing a cardboard box.
I guess, you know, I'm going to be drying my fucking truck with this.
Maybe I'll wrap wrap the passenger side headrest.
Yeah, and then when it's time for Goodwill to come
Okay.
by and pick up shit, and then it's going to go in that Goodwill bag, and then that's it.
Oh, it's gonna be a Salvation Army within a week.
Oh, great. Another shirt I didn't need. Awesome.
See, I look for kids though. That's my rule. Is I always give it to kids because that's
That way
really
you know it won't fit them.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Guaranteed too
it's
big.
creating that experience because imagine when you're 7 years old, someone's coming up to you who's on the microphone. They don't know that I'm no one, and they come up to you and you're like,
You are someone.
they think I'm a basketball player. They're confused,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I go up and
Where's
I give
your
it to
uniform?
them. Yeah, and then they're like crying so excited. Like that's what I look for.
They're super pumped.
Versus like the 40-year-old guy that's trying to push the kid out of the way, and I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, no, I'm gonna give it to that 5-year-old. So that's kind of my.
I just picture Will Ferrell in that situation in my head. Just Will Ferrell just pushing children out of the way.
Shoving kids.
Oh, it's accurate.
Probably
Yeah.
happens
That's
all the time.
that's America for you.
Equal
things,
opportunity.
give me things I don't need, and I will literally fight children for it.
That's the best, like the foul balls in baseball, you know? And the ball goes in the stands, and like no one gets it. It's like bouncing around in the seats,
Yeah.
and like a grown man is diving over children.
Oh
Gets the
yeah,
ball.
yeah,
Oh,
or
it's
he's
serious.
reaching over children. I'm the guy though. If I catch a foul ball, I'm looking for the youngest kid around me. I'm gonna give it to him.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's
super
a baseball.
noble.
See, I figure I'm gonna look for the youngest kid around me, let them touch it, and then put it in my pocket so that they can start. And then their parents have to console them because there's gonna be tears at that point.
You're ripping it from the hands of a
Yeah,
child.
hey, check it out. And they're like, oh, that's great. I'm like, yeah, maybe you can get one day if you try a little fucking harder.
Yeah.
And then I just take it back and I put it in my pocket.
Yeah, I'll also be the guy that will throw it back on the field if it's a rival team home run.
Oh, yeah, you
no
do one
problem.
of those. Do one
No
of those.
problem.
Wait, does that count? I don't know baseball.
Yeah, it still counts.
I
It's
think
just
it
more
counts.
like a
If
fuck
they-
you kind of thing. You know, it's kind of like, fuck you guys. Throw it out.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
But I mean, you don't even get in trouble for it, which is surprising. You throw a beer can, you like, get kicked out,
Yeah.
you get fined. Throw a baseball, it can seriously do some damage to somebody. That's a problem.
Well,
Well, it's
you're-
not a problem, I mean.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, I mean, it's a baseball field.
part of the game.
It's not
It's part
a
of
beer
the game.
can field.
That's true. Yeah, okay. Maybe softball, that's a beer can field. Little rec league softball.
So, Katerina, also you
I meant like a men's league. You know, like a beer league.
Okay.
Not like a professional women's like softball.
I mean, that's why I said burn.
No. I meant like a beer league, like a men's league. You
Okay.
know, like
All right, then that's okay then. Yeah, I agree.
a bunch of guys, you know, after work playing some softball.
Those are serious games.
It actually is pretty intense. Yeah, I always wanted to get on like a really like legit team and play, just to kind of relive my my glory days.
That's why
of
everybody does
baseball.
it.
That's true.
Thus the fights.
That's true. Yeah, I want to get in an argument and a fight over, you know, a game that means nothing. Sounds
yeah.
great. Sounds like a blast.
Yeah, I
Something
want
to get behind.
Well, I really want to just really get in some really good old fashioned just like team against team, like hatred.
Yeah.
You know
develop
what I mean?
some rivals.
Get some rivals, and you're just like, oh, we're playing old Joe's Trucking on Thursday again. these guys.
We're playing Ace Hardware on Wednesday.
But yeah, yeah. Just get pissed.
Yeah.
So, Katerina, you also you're involved in some nutrition. You do some nutrition coaching, or how exactly? What do you do with that?
Yes. So I have a bachelor's in clinical nutrition from UC Davis. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with that. I just really, truly, I'm Greek, and I eat a lot of food, and I wanted to know how to not get fat.
That makes sense.
Because we can really easily. We eat a lot of bread, we eat a lot of cheese, and I knew that I needed to learn about it, and so I went in, I learned about it, and then I actually didn't do anything with it for a couple of years. I worked for a supplement company. I was, bouncing back and forth, and I kept finding myself helping people with nutrition. And I knew I didn't want to work in a hospital because I volunteered in a hospital, and it just wasn't for me. I just know people are very noble who do that, and I just wasn't that person, and I accepted it. So then I realized, okay, I'm going to help people who want to be helped, because a lot of times in the hospital.
Yeah, that's the difference.
That's the difference. They don't want to be helped, and I always just felt like a bad guy trying to help people. So it started into, I was just helping my friends out, and I realized, I actually know what I'm doing. I have the degree in it, and I was helping people, and so I do macronutrient-based coaching, and I've owned Axios Nutrition for about 3 years now, and it's been solely coaching. And then I do corporate wellness, so I go into companies and build wellness programs and just kind of help people in that sense.
So the corporate wellness program, so that's all nutrition based. Do you do anything with exercise as well, or is it just kind of a nutrition based thing?
It's exercise as well, but I bring in people who are really focused in exercise.
Specialists.
Yeah, I just don't believe in being a jack of all trades just because then you can't really be the best at something. So I bring in different, people who are really good at boot camps, so they can have boot camps, a mobility class. We do a lot of challenges because in a corporate environment, challenges are so serious, especially.
Yeah, it's because it's something different, something to get behind. That's not part of the daily grind.
It's vicious. It's
I'm
vicious.
Sure, yeah, for sure.
The fights that go on with steps, like I just got an email yesterday that was like, someone walked for 200 minutes, and I don't believe that they actually walked for 200 minutes. Can you please go verify?
What are you going to do about it?
Well, I
think Becky in accounting's full of shit.
Literally, that's what it is.
She put her Fitbit on her dog. I saw it.
That sneaky son of a gun.
There's fights. There's fights going on.
We put a Fitbit on Phil. Oh, man.
Oh, no, yeah, you burned some cake counts.
Did he really?
Sure. No,
we should.
Oh, okay. I was
should.
I'm going to put my 5-year-old, my daughter. She just have her go.
Yeah.
Infinite energy. Yeah.
Win every time.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
So what do you do about that?
I haven't totally decided yet, but I am going to email her.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I think some form of public shame for sure.
Yeah, have an assembly, have her stand
of the
up.
tattletale.
Yeah.
Publicly shame the person who's concerned about it.
Yeah, not the person actually. Well,
no,
the snitch person.
The snitch.
So here's the controversy. This person who said that they walked 240 minutes are in first place.
Okay, yeah, that's tough.
So that's why everyone's coming for her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she said
4 hours in one day.
She said she walked 240 minutes in one day.
But does she do that every day, or is that just one day?
It was one time.
Well, why is that a big deal?
That's what I mean. I don't know.
Like you've never been hiking?
It was a work day, and they saw her there.
Okay.
She's at work.
She's at work.
Now, does she log minutes to and from the water cooler?
So I said, no, you can't do that. That's part of the rule. You have to have an exercise. Yeah, it has to be. Or even if it's a workout during work, you go into the gym and you walk, that's fine. But you can't log the amount of steps that you're taking during your day. It has to be physical activity outside of your norm.
Okay, so that sounds a little sketchy. So that people don't think that she's actually spending 4 hours outside of the office doing walking.
Well,
that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a long walk.
Well, but say before work, you go for you walk for half an hour before work.
Yeah.
You go into work. You at your lunch break, you put in another 30 minutes there. Mm-hmm. You already got 90 minutes clicked off. Only another 2.5 hours to go, and you're right there.
But you're also speaking of a routine of somebody who obviously takes this part of their daily life all the time, not somebody doing some work challenge. You just described like a dedicated person
And she is.
who wouldn't need. Okay,
She
okay,
definitely
maybe she is.
is.
I don't know
So-
her
and
obviously.
Does she have kids? Because check it out, like, so last night my
Yes.
daughter's in gymnastics, and I'm sitting there, and I was just like reading, but like just as easily I could have like walked. Like she's in there for an hour. I could just I could walk for that hour, and it would have
Yeah.
been no real time out of my day. Poke my head in every now and then, so she's looking and like wave, give it a thumbs up, and then back out the door so she thinks I'm still
Bang
paying
on the
attention.
glass.
Woo! I've been watching the whole time.
You know, I'm really conflicted with her because she also doesn't speak really good English. So it's a 50-50. She does work out a lot, but I don't know if she understands kind of the app situation.
Or it's all part of her
plan.
master plan.
You know, I didn't think of that.
Maybe she speaks English just fine. Is that what you're
she-
saying,
and
Dean?
she's faking
I'm
it.
thinking that there's a false language barrier there.
Well, this is what you need to do. You need to confront her.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Face to
Oh, I
face
see what
or
you
email?
meant.
Email.
Face to face.
Okay, this
And you
is
confront her and
serious.
you sit her down
Okay.
and you say, "Hey, I just want to voice some concerns.
Listen though.
Okay, I'm not accusing you of doing anything.
Okay.
I would never accuse you of doing anything. However, Susie in accounting, that bitch,
Just throw her name out right away.
her and her little crew, you know the crew, Susie, Lucy, Jenna, okay,
Jan.
they've all been talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they all think, in fact, pretty much the whole office, just
Thinks
I'm just
you're
gonna,
a damn
I'm
liar.
just gonna put it out here like this. They know. So do you have something you want to tell me? And it's like, just leave it at that. And then it's the game. Whoever talks next loses. And you just sit there and let her explain herself.
Yeah.
I feel
mean, that
so. She's
sounds
so
like
nice. I know her. She's so nice.
So
Well,
nice.
that's
She's
all-
a cheater.
That's the whole thing.
So we
though.
think she's cheating. So you guys think she's cheating?
I
for
don't
the
think
200
she's cheating.
Maybe the only thing what I think is that it wasn't intentional. That she accidentally
Put her
logged
Fitbit on her dog.
240 minutes.
Thought it was this caller.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it sounds like.
Wait, so how do they log it? That's the question. How's this
So
work?
it's an app, and then you go into your app. It is by the honor code, and then I really try to shame them into thinking that lying isn't going to get you anywhere. But again, they're very serious and cliquey there.
What's the prize?
We have 3 prizes. They get a parking spot for a month, and there's like no
Fuck
parking. Yeah. They get like 10 hours
Is
PTO.
the parking spot close?
Oh, it's front row.
So you're encouraging them to not be active.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
yeah.
They should get a designated parking spot and it should be the furthest one from the door.
Yeah.
And say, you know what I'm doing? Well, you know what you earn? You're earning an extra 30 calories
Could you
burned
imagine-
every day.
could you
You're,
ima-
you're welcome.
Could you imagine winning
It's a
that
wellness.
spot?
It's a wellness program.
I would pull up to that spot with the windows down.
Oh,
and, like
yeah.
just the fucking.
Oh, Carter 5.
Just fucking shades on. And,
Every
like,
day.
First thing in the morning, it's still dark out.
You know what I do too? Is
Just
as I'm pulling into the parking lot, I would start the song over so I know that by the time I'm parked, I've got another solid minute and a half, and I'll just stay there idling with the windows down, letting it blast, and then when the song's over, just cut the engine, walk out.
Just blowing like some jewel clouds. You know.
I feel like you both have done this before.
hey, Rick. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh my god.
Just chilling in the spot. I'll be in there in a little bit.
I'm gonna let the song finish. I'll meet you in there.
Don't worry, I won't be long. I'm in the front row. I'll be in there shortly.
Short walk.
Oh man.
Bill, it's 1 minute till. I know, front row. I'll be fine. I'll make it in.
I'll be in the meeting.
Yeah, just call me when you get up to the front. I'll be here waiting for you.
And then I'd say stuff throughout the day, like during meetings. I'll just randomly stand up in the middle of the day and sit back down and be like, oh, sorry, it's got all this energy in my legs. Park around the next front door. Just gotta get it out.
We're joking about this, but that's how they act. These are true things.
I
don't know about the smoke part, but maybe. It's California.
I'm going to explain this to you right now, is that the
Please.
reason why Dean and I are saying these things, because this is exactly what would be going on.
Yeah.
I think
If
it's
we
just,
were
our,
doing
it's
that.
just our reality, like
Yeah.
what we would do in
Yeah.
that kind of work environment. I would probably also maybe even like in that meeting stand up and be like, man, where did I, oh, never mind, front row. Never mind.
Oh
Oh,
my.
I'm saying, Forgot I was front row. Forgot.
Or like anytime I saw someone, like if someone like stubbed their toe, boom, I'm like, oh shit, hey, you need my spot tomorrow? I'm front row. You know, I'm front row, so like if that hurts, like in the morning, just let me know. Just shoot me a text. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I don't pull up to about 8:59 to that front row spot, so I'll be home in the morning.
Or you just start selling the front row spot by the day. Hey,
That's
$10. You get my spot for the day.
There.
$10.
Oh, you could auction it off. You do a silent auction. You put a list out, and it closes at 5 p.m. So silent auction, it closes at 5 p.m. for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So that way, in case something comes up, like maybe you find out you're tired, you got something going on, like throughout the day something comes up, you're gonna be pressed for time in the morning. Mm-hmm. You got that 5 p.m. closes, and then if they don't Venmo you the money by 5:05, next highest bidder. Yeah. Congratulations!
I think that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. That's how you auction.
Or you just flex it nonstop.
I would go with that one.
I would probably flex it.
You want to know?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I would do too? Sometimes though, I would not park in it.
I was just gonna say that.
You would leave it open, find another spot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then would you tell people that it's open or just let them find out?
I would probably put like a cone in it.
No, just put a lawn chair there for your lunch break.
Yeah.
And then you park in the way back. Park in the farthest spot away.
Carry the lawn chair. Carry the lawn chair up.
Set it up.
Or you pull up, then you open the trunk, take the lawn chair out, and then get back in, drive off. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Then you almost just turn it into like a little hangout.
It's a lounge.
Just for one person though. One person lounge.
Can anyone join?
No.
Well, if they're invited.
No, you have you have the velvet rope.
You have the velvet
Do you
rope
hire a bodyguard?
Someone in. Oh yeah.
A bouncer?
For sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
a bouncer. Yeah.
Well, that's what you do with the proceeds. So you auction it off half the month. Mm-hmm. And with the proceeds from the auction, you can pay someone else to be your bodyguard.
Wow, you guys have really thought this out.
Yeah.
So maybe probably donuts in the morning. Like some mornings, get there early, just so you can sit in the chair and watch people come in. Like
donuts to yourself.
Eating donuts. And you get all the cake ones, so they crumble. Because you want like the crumbles coming out of your mouth, all over your shirt. Oh hell, sorry about that. Yeah.
I'd offer you some, but it's not.
It's
spot people only.
It's my.
It's just not what I do.
Yeah. I only bought enough for people in the spot.
Okay, well, what were the other prizes?
That was the first prize.
Okay.
We won't do that with the other
Well,
one.
I was going to say, what's second? Maybe we will.
Second prize is PTO, so you get some paid time off.
Oh, don't even get me started with PTO.
Yeah, PTO, wow. Like, that sounds more, how many days?
Wait, so that's a spot?
A couple hours.
Oh. So you have the spot for the whole month. But
spot for the
PTO
whole
is a
month.
couple hours.
Yeah, I think, I forget the exact amounts. Anywhere between 5 to 10 hours PTO is second place.
Sounds like a whole day off.
Yeah. They're serious about this. And then third place
That way they don't even have to get out of bed. They don't burn any fucking calories that
Yeah,
day.
exactly. I'm really thinking about their overall wellness in these prizes. So, and then their last prize is a $100 gift card to, I think, Amazon.
Oh.
Oh, wow, okay, that's cool.
So they can buy shitty food.
Yeah.
Just round it all the way.
Just buy some just gadgets and electronics you just don't really need. Or some household stuff that you do need.
So you do that, you just buy just something ridiculous. You buy something for the office, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, clearly,
So
you
you
can
use the
brag
Amazon
about
gift
it.
card.
So that someone has to see it every day that you won.
You know what you do is you buy a whiteboard, a really big, expensive one, and then you write on it, I bought this whiteboard with my $100 Amazon gift card.
In Sharpie, so it never gets erased.
Correct. And that's it. And you never put anything else on the board ever.
See, I think this is what you gotta do. You got to co-conspire with the second place guy. So that he can go in your spot on his paid time off, and then you pay him to work the velvet rope. So he's making money working the rope and the paid time off, and he gets to hang out in the spot.
Well, I mean, shit, he could park in the spot sometimes.
Yeah, you split the spot with him.
You split it.
Yeah, there he is. That's it.
That's serious. Well, this app is kind of tricky because it's a group effort, but also an individual effort. So it's kind of like a football league. And each week you get paired up with a new partner, and then you fight another partner. But then at the end of the week, it's like Fight Club.
Head to head.
They do it in the office too. It's crazy.
That sounds crazy.
And then at the next week, you have a new partner and a new couple to fight. So
You keep using the fight word.
These are all manual. These are all manual entries.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that whole thing's That whole thing's tainted.
So did you say tainted?
Tainted. That whole thing. I'm not losing.
No.
Whether it's real or not.
No. Hey, you know what? You know what you should do? The lady said, she said 240. I don't think it's real. Say, you know what? Tomorrow, put in 241. Where are you staying in life? You either are the type of person who goes around worrying about and bitching about other people who may or may not be cheating on something.
Okay.
All right? Or you just put in 241 the next day and don't say shit.
Those are the only options of type of people we can be.
Yeah, well, there's two types of people in this world.
Okay.
Those that group people into two groups and those that don't.
I was waiting for more to come.
I was pausing. I thought there was more, but
No,
okay.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
And in all seriousness, that sounds pretty cool though. That sounds like that could be a pretty fun thing to get behind. If everybody, I'm sure most people are taking it serious.
No, I think
a lot. Yeah.
My wife actually is a nurse, and they have they do it like by unit, but it's all on Fitbits. So you have to have a Fitbit, and so anyway, so it logs in the app, and so there's no like cheating manual.
We did that one too.
Oh really?
Yeah, but
then
they
people
get
who
bored.
don't have one. Oh yeah.
They get bored, so you have to kind of mix it up.
And also, activity isn't necessarily walking, right?
Exactly. So some people, they really did like the walk challenge, even though there was fights because people would like email people in the middle, like at midnight, like, you really need to get your walks up tomorrow because you're lagging. Like, and they CC me on these emails, and people are really like, Susan was pissed. Like,
I bet.
She's like, you're the only one in our group that's not walking, like on an average of an hour and a half a day. You really need to pick it up. Like, we're in third place. Like, we need to get first place. Like, this is 15 hours PTO. Like, very intense.
I'm going on vacation next week.
Exactly. So, we had to take a little break from the walk challenges because it was,
Yeah, I can see that causing some drama.
It was very drama filled.
Well, of course you can walk 3 hours, Becky. You're single. I got 3 kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, people were like, I would take my husband at nighttime and we would just do blocks because I kept getting yelled at for not having my walks up. So I wanted to do something
why
where
is that
it was
bad?
And then again, though, that sounds like
it's good, yeah.
Like
they're
if they're
bonding.
So you and your husband had to go on this beautiful
But
evening
wait.
stroll.
But wait, listen to this. It's people who do a lot of lifting. And like power lifting or Olympic lifting, that doesn't count as walking, right? So they're like, okay, I already did a 2-hour lifting session, and now at nighttime I have to walk even more because Becky's pissed.
Do you talk to him about research of cardiovascular health?
A little bit, yeah, I do.
They probably burned 2,000 calories in that powerlifting workout.
Yeah. So
you don't want to lose. You got to up those calorie intake because you're going to be losing those gains. Too much exercise.
Yeah.
It's serious stuff.
Well, so at Jessica's work though, because they're nurses, like sometimes they'll be working. So since it's the Fitbit, like any steps count anywhere, anytime.
Oh yeah, they're moving.
And so Jess like actually keeps hers on the nightstand, and like she gets out of bed, like pops it in her pocket first thing. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it has to
like
count.
all day. And so like at work, it's any like spare second off or going to get anything, like they're just on their feet moving, like the whole unit. Everyone's just like walking around.
It's serious.
Fighting over who's gonna go get the meds.
Oh yeah.
Because the cabinet's on the other side of the room. I got him. No, it's all right. Stay there. I got it.
Yeah, no, I like these challenges though. I think a lot of people need someone to hold them accountable, and it kind of helps, you hold accountable and the challenge aspect of it. And I don't do any weight loss challenges because then immediately people start starving themselves. Right. Because they're like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 10 days. And they just don't eat.
Or you see the weight loss challenge, you go the other ways before it starts, like people bulk up. Like okay, like if we're going to do a weight loss challenge, if you got to weigh pre and post, right? For the pre-weigh, I'm showing up 12 pounds heavy.
Yeah, you gotta bulk up.
Guaranteed.
This is why I don't do
drink 2 gallons of water that day.
Well, and plus, like the night before, just like 4 ramen packets.
Yeah, just get those sodium levels up.
Just as Ben and Jerry's. Get all the sodium and carbs in your body as possible. And then the morning of, just drink as much water as possible. Don't pee.
I'll get it to 200 by noon.
Oh, you get a good blow.
Give me some ramen packs. I'll get to 200 by noon.
Are you guys eating them raw like you did in elementary school?
I don't know how else
First
you get
off,
the sodium.
Still do that.
Oh, I'm so sorry that I didn't know that's how we still eat ramen packets.
That was such a thing. I remember like being at the bus stop.
Oh yeah.
Like elementary school bus stop, like ramen packets going in. Like it's so funny.
I remember like asking my mom, like, "Hey mom, can we like buy some ramen to like take to school for a snack?"
To eat
then
raw.
You beat it on like the sidewalk with your fist. At least the boys did. Or you had like a spoon. You'd smack it with a spoon on the counter.
To break it up?
Yeah, to break
you
it
do
up.
that? You did that one
There's
too?
some of that. Well, there's two ways to do it. One, you can just bite into the brick. Or you break
season
it up.
I always season it.
Oh, yeah, always season.
Well, you break it up and then you season it, yeah.
Yeah, I never bit into the brick. No.
You never went brick?
Oh, I did straight
go
brick.
Go brick house.
I always smashed it up.
I'm not afraid to go brick house.
Really?
How'd you eat it all smashed though? Did you have a spoon?
You just
kind of
you
dump
get it on
it.
your fingers,
Or
kind of like trying
like
like
a bag of-
Cheetos.
like-
you
yeah,
know?
I was gonna say Doritos.
It's like
yeah.
a Cheetos thing. Get the fingers are all you get the little seasoning on there, but that's just a little savor snack for later.
Oh, that's the other name. Flavor Saver.
Yeah.
Mustache.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Flavor Saver.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Bringing it
No,
back.
the challenges are great. Like you said, people just need accountability, and a lot of
Yeah.
times that the being as funny as it is, like them getting on each other for not getting their steps in or whatever, just being accountable to somebody else that you have to see every day is different. Also,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's like there's a teamwork aspect. Like on my own, maybe I wouldn't do it, but if we're on a team, like I gotta make sure to get this activity in.
you don't want to be the weakest link.
Yeah.
Because they will ride you.
Yeah.
It's serious.
That sounds frightening. That sounds
will
terrible.
ride you.
I'm starting to reconsider this whole thing. No, I'm just kidding.
I really do want to know what you're gonna do about the girl who got accused of cheating.
No, I'm gonna bring it up to her.
You gotta say
and
something.
I'm just
I
gonna
guess,
go in, just assuming that it was an error and having her correct, like, hey, did you mean to put that 240
so
minutes
how
in?
much more was that than everybody else? Like, are we talking double, triple?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was she also
Suspicious
does like
amount.
she always does boot camp classes, like, so she always works out, so it's kind of crazy to me for 240 minutes of walking, and she did a boot camp class that day too, so it might have been maybe she only meant to do 24 minutes or 40 minutes and she just added in a zero.
Well,
or
the
a
boot
two
camp,
or
the boot camp class doesn't count as activity.
No, they do. So
Right.
she did a boot camp class
She
and
logged both
did
things.
she logged both things. So it was a lot of activity in one day that bumped her to first place, so everyone emailed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta approach that for sure. It sounds
Yeah.
like it could be a simple mistake.
That's what, and she, again, there is a fake barrier, language barrier, apparently.
She's actually not even saying any real language.
What
She's
you
made
don't-
up
what you don't-
gibberish.
Yeah. Well, I'll have you know she's actually a listener of this podcast. So,
So sorry.
As
I
it tur-
believe you.
as it turns out, you don't have to say anything because you've already said enough.
There's an email on my phone, ding. I'm like, oh, crap.
It's live. It's just
Yeah.
tapping into it. No.
So with everything you learned in nutrition in school and just with working with people, if you were to give 3 tips, like say you go into a corporation also, right? And it's part of the
Yeah.
wellness program. You say, hey, okay, so we're going to do like a little nutrition talk, right? You only have a little bit of time with these people for this time.
Yeah.
And so, like, obviously you can't just give everybody exactly,
No,
what
yeah.
they need. So like, what are just three simple tips that anybody could do to improve their nutrition?
Okay, so it's going to be a little surprising because it's nothing about nutrition.
Well, then maybe it's not going to be surprising.
The first thing I'll always say is you need to have your mind in the right spot, because I can give you the keys to success nutritionally, but if you aren't there, it's just not going to happen. So
how does someone fix that? Or when you say their mind in the right spot, what do I need to be thinking? What do I need to be ready for?
So I am a firm believer in positive energy, positive vibes. I'm always laughing. I mean, my job is literally to make people laugh and to have fun. And I'm always just like, hey, how are you guys doing? What's going on? Even if I'm not feeling it. Because if you are not there mentally ready, and immediately you start looking for different avenues to kind of make yourself feel better. And just us as Americans, we go into food and alcohol. That's like the first recovery for us for some reason. So I always say, wake up. I say 3 things that you're grateful for. What do you have already that you are so thankful for? Because our perspectives are kind of messed up sometimes. And so if you wake up, oh, I'm alive, I have a house, and I like my smile. It's something very basic. You start your day on a positive note, and you keep leading with that.
Yeah.
And so that's my first thing. I know it's kind of corny, but it really works. It works.
I say that all the time. I'm a big believer in that. Is I like self-limiting beliefs, or like people put themselves in a box. Like if someone said, "Oh man, I'm tired." Oh, I'm sure you fucking are. Like now I know that people are tired sometimes. I'm not saying you could never be tired.
Yeah.
But it's like if you know someone who just they're constantly saying like, "Oh man, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired," and they're always saying that.
Yeah.
Like you start saying I'm tired all the time. Let me know how you feel. Like you're gonna feel tired. Like absolutely.
Just be tired, but then try and change it, or not focus on it.
Or don't focus on it. Like if you find, and also you can do like self-corrections. If you feel yourself like thinking like, oh man, I'm tired. Instead of that, focus on something else. Think about something that makes you happier. Think about an activity that you like to do, right? Like something that you have fun with, or something that gives you energy. Or like, what can I do right now that still be something that I enjoy? Because no matter how tired you are, if you're doing something you enjoy, you usually feel a little better, right?
No, exactly.
And so it's like, what can I focus on that's different?
And having really that, not having that expectation of I deserve to feel a certain way or I deserve this.
Yeah.
Like once you kind of just realize you don't deserve anything. I know that sounds negative, but you don't deserve anything. You wake up and you're like, you know what? I should be thankful for everything that I have, and I'm going to pave my way in that.
Right.
And when you don't look for those handouts like, oh, I shouldn't have had to stay late at night because I had to come. I should have done this, or you should have done that. Yes, exactly. You should have gotten the t-shirt. Well, it didn't happen. Get over it. And guess what? You're still breathing because there's a lot of people who aren't. No. And so I always go back down to that very basic of like, hey, you're alive. No. You got to be happy, because then once that your mindset starts to change, you're able to, open yourself up for growth.
Yeah. Okay, what's number 2?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so that was number 1 is mindset.
Mindset.
Number 2 is about goals.
Have you read the book Mindset by Carol Dweck?
I actually have read insert or little
excerpts.
Yeah, that word on those. Yeah, I have. My friend is like a huge book reader, and she just sends me quotes. So yeah, but no, I have not read.
It's like the Cliff Notes version.
Yeah,
get a little breakdown.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like what I did in school.
Yeah.
What is that?
Whatever works.
So upset. Yeah, but goals. Goals
is number 2.
Yeah, so we live in a world where we expect everything to happen overnight. Like we get motivation, and then immediately we're like, it needs to happen tomorrow because we can, call Uber Eats and they deliver food, and we can call Amazon and it delivers in 2 days. So we just have such high expectations that once you are ready to do something, we expect, okay, well, if I want to lose 20 pounds, I'm going to put in work for a couple days and I should be seeing results right away because I want it. And so I always say you need to have like baby goals. Like, hey, I'm going to drink 8 cups of water today. And then that's it.
Because if process goals.
Yeah, very, very small. Yeah, process goals. Because if you have a super high expectation for yourself, a really big goal, and you fail it, immediately you've discouraged yourself and you're like, well, this isn't going to work for me, whatever, and I just go right back into your cycle versus something very small.
Small goals create momentum. And the and that momentum creates small wins, which create bigger momentum, which leads to bigger wins. And also the process goals, like, I want to lose 30 pounds in the next 6 months. Okay, that sounds great. So, like, what are you going to do today to accomplish that?
Yeah.
Right? And then those should be your goals. And do you write down, okay, I want you to write down 4 things that you can do, that if you do these 4 things, you will lose 30 pounds in 6 months. And say, oh, well, I need to quit drinking soda. And you're going to say, yeah, fucking right. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. Oh, well, I need to exercise for an hour every day. You go, okay, well, let's just say 30 minutes 5 days a week, because that's something you'll actually do. Yeah. And you make that a goal, right? And you set these goals up, and then those simple goals are easy to reach. And if you can complete all of those process goals, you hit the big goal.
Exactly. And just being consistent with it. That don't expect success overnight. And I think that's what we do a lot, is like as soon as we feel ready, then we should see other things happening because we're ready here. But your body just takes more time. I always say internally we change first before you see it externally. So you just have to be patient.
Also, things with, a lot of times things that have immediate gratification are actually less fulfilling.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
No,
like almost
100%.
Everything in life that provides immediate gratification is less fulfilling than something that took longer.
Oh yeah, you actually cherish it when it took you, you're going ups and downs and really fighting for it.
It has no value when it's instant, because then you can just move on to the next instant gratification. You forget about the last one.
Yeah. No. And I kind of forgot to touch on honesty as like part of the first one of mindset is a really big key to it, because a lot of people want to come up to me and say, I want to lose 20 pounds for this wedding. And sometimes they actually don't want to lose the weight. They feel like other people need them to lose the weight. And so they're not really being honest and true to themselves. And so you have to be in that right mindset of like, well, what do you really want? Because what people really want, your actions will follow suit. And so I always say you need to be honest with yourself. Yeah. And that's huge. And a lot of people are not. So that's part of number 1 too. I have 3 though.
So mindset and honesty.
Yes, mindset, honesty.
That's part 1, A and B.
Yeah, A and B are 1A, 1B.
2 is
Goals.
appropriate goals.
Babies. Baby goals.
Baby goals.
And then 3 is, I don't know if I have a word for it, but I always say talk to the people that you spend the most time with. Because if they are not on the page to support you, then they're going to be the first people to derail you.
Drag your ass down.
Yeah.
It's almost like surround yourself with positive encouragement or people that are going to help you achieve your goals. Or is that kind of what you're saying?
Or is it more like negative people you're going to be around? You're just like telling them ahead of time, like, hey, I'm letting know that I know you're an ass, but I'm doing this, so try not to fuck with me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have the balls to tell your husband, your wife, your mom, your dad, your best friend who like to go out to drink every night, who like to go out and eat fried food, that I'm not going to do this and you need to support me. And if you don't, I don't want to be around you. And it's very hard because it's people that you love, but people that you love are usually the ones, unfortunately, that kind of tear you down. Because if your wife is like, I want to go to, margarita night every night, and you're telling her no, that's going to cause a tension in your relationship. She doesn't know your goals. So you need to let her, him, them, whoever know why this is important to you and what you're going to do, and communicate that, because if you don't and don't have that support system, you're screwed from the beginning.
That's great. I think most people also, if they really do want the best for you, if it's someone who's a close friend or a relative, that type of thing, then also if they know your goals, they will help you accomplish those. Right? Meaning if you tell them like, hey, I want to lose this weight by this day, and to do that, I'm going to go on a walk every night, this type of thing. And if they really want the best for you and they know that this is something you really want, then it's fucking 8:30 at night and you're going, I'm kind of tired. And then
like, no,
they're going to say like, did you get your walk in? Did you go on your walk already? If you normally walk at that time, I think I'm going to skip it today. Right? They could be someone who could maybe say, oh, is that really, I thought you were going to do it every day. Like, you sure you want to skip it? And probably just that much would be enough.
So you're bitching out.
That's pretty intense. Yeah.
That's what Kelsey would say to me.
Exactly
That's what my wife would say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She's straight up.
And even things like trigger foods are.
Oh, you decided
really...
you don't want those goals anymore?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you fucking quitter now? Did I marry a quitter?
I didn't know I married a quitter.
Hey, everyone needs a different type of accountability. So if that's yours and it works for you, then she better cuss out you.
No, she does a good job at that. But in a good way. I mean, she's always very supportive.
One time I was a long time ago, years ago, I was in a CrossFit competition, and part of it we had to like carry all this equipment down this hill and do a bunch of shit down there and carry it back up. Anyway, going back up, I was really tired and I wanted to put something down. And then Jessica, my wife, sweet lady, I just hear her yelling. She goes, "Let's go, Danny! I didn't marry a sissy." And I was like, oh.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess I'm not going to put this down.
No, there's no fucking way in hell you can put it down now.
But then, part of me kind of thought, like, how certain are you? Like, you want to.
Well, obviously your judgment's off because I'm putting this shit down.
Yeah, are you challenging me? No, seriously, I was like, oh shit, like, oh god, keep going. That's fine.
Yeah.
When I first did like the gluten-free stuff or whatever, Kelsey was kind of like,
egging you on
a little bit. But then like, it's like,
once she knew you were serious about it,
then she knew when I actually started taking it serious.
I can tell you why she egged you on a little bit, because you know this about yourself, I'm sure. It's like you just kind of being like, I'm gonna go gluten-free, and then like 2 weeks later being like, fuck it. Like that's something you would do.
That's true. Yeah.
So when you probably told her like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna go gluten-free, she's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sounds good, Dino.
Yeah. It's like, Kelsey, we all can't fucking eat donuts and eat shit and be fucking shredded like you all the time. We're not. Right. Everybody doesn't have that. No. So that's where she.
Lucky.
It's a joke. It's actually like not even funny.
You're actually pissed off about it.
Like, I don't understand. People think that like people like will ask her like, what do you do for nutrition? I'm like, you do not ask her. She is the example of genetics and like fast metabolism. Don't ask her for nutrition.
She works out a lot. She works out hard.
She does, but she can eat like pretty much anything. and she just stays the same.
See, that's what's hard about nutrition these days, is that there's a lot of, and I'm not saying she doesn't know anything. It's not a direct reflection on your wife, but people these days are promoting a lot of nutritional things that
Correct.
look amazing,
Yeah.
but know absolutely shit. And so they're hurting people.
Yeah.
And so it sucks because we do have that stigma that you need to be in extreme physical shape to know nutrition, right?
Right.
It's the same thing as like a trainer, right? If you see a trainer that's a
Oh,
little bit
he's in
overweight,
shape, so he
immediately
must know exactly what's going on. Or
Exactly.
he's overweight, so he has no idea.
No, I actually just been
Exactly.
taking trend for 12 years. Actually.
No, exactly. Or people who are like, just promoting, you just need to eat tilapia and asparagus, and then that's all you have to do. You eat basically 800 calories a day, and then you do an hour of cardio, and then you lift really light. Like, that's how you're gonna get this body, right? So it's hard. People are, there's so much stuff out there.
There's
like,
a lot out there. That's
you
the
get
thing.
very overwhelmed, and so when people always ask me, how do I start? You have to, one, go through all those 3 steps that I just told you guys about, and then
Goals. Wait,
No.
mindset.
Honesty
is B.
Baby
Or
goals.
honesty with yourself.
Goals.
baby goals.
Baby goals. And then 3 is
Accountability with your
accountability
close
with your
Yeah, and so once you kind of go through that, you have to really ask yourself, and this
and
really
then you just
goes
eat
in-
whatever the fuck you want and you have success.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have to ask yourself, what can you stick with forever?
Yeah.
Because people are like right now, what's super big is keto. So everyone's like, I want to do keto. I have nothing against keto at all.
Which is funny how it's like trending now.
Oh, it's trending. But paleo is trending. Whole30 is kind of trending right now. The whole gluten-free thing was trending.
Macros.
Macros was trending. Everything has like a trend where
Cycle.
everyone wants to do, and so everyone's yo. Okay, so I don't have a specific diet that I push for anyone. I believe that everyone's lifestyle is different. I have a client who is an FBI agent. Do you think he's going to be eating the same as a stay-at-home mom?
No.
They're going to be completely different lifestyles. They have
Yeah.
different ways that they can get their food in. And so I also have someone who's in the military. Someone who's in the military, they actually will do better on a ketogenic diet, because then if they have, say, freaking missions to save the world and they can't eat,
They're fat adapted.
they're able to have energy without eating, versus someone who is a little bit, maybe has more time, likes to eat more frequently.
Likes to bake,
Likes their carbs. Well, I'm not going to tell them to be on a ketogenic diet if they
Setting them
literally
up for failure.
Exactly. And so you also don't want to do stuff that you can't sustain forever, because your body will adapt to that. That's why there's a lot more lactose intolerance these days, is because everyone cuts out dairy. Like, Karen's 40 years old and cut out dairy at 40 years old, and she's been able to eat it for 40 years, had no issues, nothing, but then cut it out for 6 months and then try to add it back in. She no longer has that enzyme to digest dairy, so now she's lactose intolerant.
I kind of had that same thing when I was a kid. I drank a lot of milk, and then I just kind of didn't.
Yeah,
And then now I can't really do it.
because you just no longer have that enzyme, which is fine again. But if Karen just loves ice cream and now is just like putting herself through pain, always eating ice cream, that's what she created, that intolerance for herself. So whatever you can do forever, do that.
Turn into a lifestyle, not just like a fad
Exactly.
diet. Okay, what
Exactly.
can support my lifestyle
Well,
for the better, for
Everyone's
as long as
chasing
possible.
that 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I gotta lose 5 pounds for my birthday. I gotta lose 5 pounds for that wedding.
Or I wanna gain
gotta-
5 pounds.
Like, why don't you just like look the way you want to look year round by doing little things and making sure that lifestyle is attainable?
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, and so that's the biggest thing. And so I can't really like say that what you're gonna do is gonna be different from what you're gonna do. Everyone in here is gonna have a different way that they can eat, and so it's just
So you're a fan of our nutrition ebook we're gonna come out with?
the one page.
Well, it's like 3 pages. So page 1 is with table of contents, obviously.
Well, yeah, because you have to explain the other 2 pages.
You gotta tell them what to look for.
Yeah.
So then page 2 is going to be the dedication page.
Okay.
You know, because you gotta dedicate the book to probably Phil and Tammy.
yeah,
You know,
for sure. Yeah,
They were so sweet.
yeah, they were.
yeah.
Surprisingly, Phil stopped barking first.
And then page 3 is when you get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, that's where it's going to say. Well, that's actually funny. I said meat and potatoes. So then page 3 is going to say probably some vegetables. And then page 4 says and add in some protein too. And then the last page just says and try to avoid most other shit.
Okay.
And that's kind of it.
And and just don't overdo. Like
That was the last page. Make a list. It's gonna be a what's it called? A view.
a good and like a
Like
good
you
and
write in
bad.
it too. Well, yeah, but it's like
T-graph.
Right, like a T-graph on it or whatever. It's like make a list of foods that are bad for you.
I don't like using that word.
Make a list of foods to avoid.
I don't like using that.
Make a list of foods that you should eat in moderation.
I love that. Keep going.
And then, let me finish actually. 'Cause you might like it. Make a list of foods that are bad for you. Make a list of foods that are good for you, and then you just say, try to eat more of this stuff and less of the other.
Okay. So
That's still
it.
moderation.
That's the same thing.
yeah. Okay.
You just don't like people saying foods are bad for you.
Because when something's bad for you, you want to do it.
Oh, interesting.
And that's
I get that.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, don't have that pizza, don't have that pizza, don't have that pizza. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad. What are the people going to do? Oh, they're going to have a whole pizza, and then they're going to have this, and they're going to have that, and they're not going to stop because they're going to tell
Interesting.
themselves, hey, you know what? Starting Monday, I'm not going to do this anymore, so I better eat 12 pizzas
Diet
and
starts
drink
Monday.
2 Exactly.
Well, no,
So,
every diet starts on Monday. You can't start a diet on Monday.
yeah, you can start it whenever.
No, I want to make this clear. Everyone who's listening.
And the weekends don't count.
You don't track anything on the weekends.
No.
Okay, and let me tell you something else. Really,
Okay.
this part's really important also.
Okay.
Okay, is that you do actually get something. You do get carryover calories, right? So like tomorrow.
Oh, so it doesn't reset at midnight.
No, so like tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, ice cream. Hell yeah, full pint. You know what I mean? Because you just carry those over tomorrow, and it doesn't count because it's a holiday.
Yeah.
So you can eat whatever you want
We
today.
didn't clarify. Holidays also don't count.
No, holidays don't count.
No, holidays don't count.
No, weekends don't count. Holidays don't count, and you get carryover. So if you overeat on
Yeah.
a day that's directly adjacent to
Yeah.
either a holiday or a weekend, you can carry over the excess calories
Yeah.
into
Surrounding days.
the surrounding days.
Because you can just move the food into the next day on your
Correct.
MyFitnessPal app,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay, that's
Because
how it is.
here's the deal: is like it's tomorrow in Australia. Right. Like in Australia, it's actually Thanksgiving Day. They don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but if it's 18 hours ahead,
And if they, yeah.
they're in the future.
Today's yesterday in like Japan.
Right. There you go. So like you can log Australian calories, right?
And Japanese calories.
And then American calories on Thanksgiving.
It's all about perception.
Yeah, and then on
You just
Friday.
gotta just create your own reality.
Right,
Around
and
your diet.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're getting multiple dimensions going.
It's
here.
different time dimensions. We can talk about
Well,
that.
the
Earlier we talked about aliens. We can get into different time
my
dimensions.
current Earth dimension ate this today. So my parallel dimension still got some room.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Dean in the Upside Down still gets to eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I'm getting the upside, there we go. And you know what I'm gonna do too is I'm
Stranger
just gonna
Things reference
I'm just gonna
there.
text one of my buddies in Australia. And I'm gonna give him my login to my FitnessPal. I'm like, hey dude, toss in
A pint of Ben and
pint
Jerry's.
of Ben & Jerry's half baked for me. All right. And they just log it there, and then it's already in there.
Guilt free.
Guilt free, the way to be.
Wow.
You shouldn't have guilt about food anyway.
No, you really shouldn't. That's
Unless
what
you
the
eat too
cycle
much
is.
bullshit, then you should feel really bad.
If that's all you eat, that's definitely not going to work.
No.
But you know, that whole feeling of like feeling really bad, it actually, a lot of people don't change afterwards.
that
What they
doesn't
do is they already still
hate
feel
themselves.
bad, so they keep doing bad things because they feel like they deserve it.
Yeah, because I ate this. I'm a bad person because I did this, and so then you punish bad people, so they punish themselves
With
and they
more
keep-
bad stuff.
Correct.
So then
Well,
you
people,
get
they get
another pint of ice cream.
Well, it's a very real thing in psychology
is.
where you just get addicted to the misery.
Right.
That's why people do with like some kind of like go on a deeper realm here, but people get addicted to feeling depressed. Like
Right.
they if they don't feel depressed, then they feel like they're I feel depressed.
Well, it's just like
Yeah.
the self-limiting beliefs and putting yourself in a box. If you're like, oh man, I never stick to a diet, or you eat bad, I'm such a piece of shit because I eat poorly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what's going to happen is if you say that, you start to believe it, and then you're like, well, I'm a piece of shit because I eat poorly. So then you're just going to keep eating poorly to keep yourself feeling like you're a piece of shit because it's that you put yourself in that box. I'm the person who doesn't watch what I eat. I'm the person who eats these things even though I know I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Right? And you put yourself in this box. It's self-fulfilling prophecy.
And you know what's crazy is that I relate for some people like that, I relate food like a drug. And it's scary because usually with drugs, you can just stop taking the drugs and then recover and then fight the urge, to taking the drugs. Where food can be like a drug, but you need this drug, food, to live.
Yeah.
So you not only you can't just be like, well, bye, I'm just not going to eat it anymore, because you have to have food to survive.
Yeah, that's a whole different problem.
And so you have to learn how to cope and, not have that bad, good relationship, because then as soon as you have something bad, you immediately go back into that, spiral. You have to learn how to, this is not bad. I just need to only eat it in moderation. And so that's the reason why I don't use that terminology, because it's hard for people. It's like a drug.
I think in my personal opinion on diets is obviously maybe not along with the massive, but I think that as long as you're exercising, you're eating properly to energize your day, it's okay to eat, but that's a realistic goal you can give somebody. Like, hey, we're not changing anything. No. We're just going to tone some of these other things back that you can still have. But let's try and focus on these other things that are actually going to make you feel way better throughout the day.
I really like the basic, all right, you look at a plate. It's like, okay, make a fist, put that much protein, like meat or protein on the plate. Now 2 fists, use that much vegetables, and then like your thumb, you put that much fat on it. Okay, there's a meal. And it's like, if you do that, like at 3 times a day, like every meal, whatever, it's like you're probably going to be pretty squared away. Because you're not going to be hungry, you're eating things that are good for you, even if you are eating a bunch of bullshit that's absolutely bad for you. And it's okay to say that. I'm kidding.
No. But there's things that are bad for you.
Even if you're eating other things, like you're going to eat less of those. And if nothing else, at least you're getting in some vegetables, you're getting in some fiber, you're getting in some protein. Like you're kind of... managing the damage.
When you're eating that,
moderation.
When you're eating that stable, it's also going to help you get rid of those not as good things for you.
When you're
faster.
being active,
you want them
crap.
less. If you're eating all those good things too, a lot of times, like, well, then you just ate this good dinner, and then you're like, well, do I really want that now? Like, I just ate all this stuff throughout the day, like, I don't want to just throw it away, type thing.
Yeah, and another little problem what we do is we start to eat healthy and, good foods for us, so lean proteins, vegetables, good high fiber, like carbohydrates, those are all lower in calorie.
Yeah.
So what we do is we put, it looks like we have a lot of food, but like you could load up some chicken, vegetables, and, maybe even a little bit of like rice on there, and it's like 300 calorie meal. And so if people will undereat when they're trying to eat healthy, which is another huge problem, especially for women, because
your body just holds into all that fat,
and then they're holding on to all the calories because you're in starvation mode and it slows down your metabolism. Because what's the number one goal for our body? Stay alive.
Yeah.
So if you're under eating,
body goes into defense mechanism.
Yeah, it's like maneuver. It's biological. It's just like if you're locked in a cave. Back in the day when people were locked in caves, they were starved, right? They didn't have a lot of food. How did people live for so long being locked in caves?
Eating each other.
Yeah, and then they.
Some cases.
Yes, and then their metabolism slowed down.
I didn't know it was a rhetorical question. Sorry, I thought you wanted an answer.
No, I'm glad, because I didn't think of that possibility, because that's probably how they even lived longer, because they had a form of protein, because they they got all of their essential amino acids and fatty acids. You
gotta get your BCAAs in.
Yeah, that's exactly what you gotta do. And their metabolism slowed down. And so that's what happens when we eat healthy. We just tend to have, I look at these women, they're eating 800 and 900 calories a day. They're eating 5 meals a day, though. Yeah. But it's egg whites and oatmeal, chicken and broccoli, a steak and a sweet potato.
That's
and you're like,
a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. A nightmare. And I'm like, I eat, about 2,100 calories to maintain my weight.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh my God, that's a lot of food. And I'm like, actually, it's not. I wish it was higher.
Yeah.
We need to.
And that's why my metabolism's working properly, and I'm able to, look how I want to look and feel good.
And still eat the foods that I want to eat.
Yeah.
Or, if I have a Saturday night where I do drink, some 4 or 5 tequilas, my body can dispose of it properly, not gain 10 pounds in one day. Because when people.
It wants to hold on to it because it's not used to getting all this fun stuff for the body.
People are like, oh, I ate, 2 slices of pizza and I held 8 pounds for a week. And I'm like, because you're not
drinking any water.
Yeah, that's also
another one.
Yeah, it's funny because people are like, I can't drink 8 cups of water a day, but they can put down a 6-pack of beer in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's different.
How is that different?
Couple liters of cola.
It's not. That's what
Couple liters of cola.
couple liters of cola.
But water, it's like it's a sin.
You know, I'll have a liter of cola. We only have large, medium, and small. So. Yeah, I'll have a liter cola from Super Troopers.
Some pop.
Super Troopers is the classic.
And the thing is too, it's like you take those, like that plate of food you said, like whatever, like a bunch of vegetables, some chicken, maybe some rice. But then here's the catch too: is okay, so those are all good things to eat, but not very caloric sometimes. Well, people also are afraid of fat. It's like just put some healthy fat. Like okay, those vegetables, like put some olive oil on drizzle some olive oil on those vegetables.
Put some butter on it.
Put some butter. No, seriously, put some butter in it.
Butter.
Or slice up some avocados.
Or slice up some avocados. Or
cook your chicken in oil.
I was gonna say cook the chicken in butter is what I was gonna say. Or with the vegetables, put some oil on them before you broil them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like different things like that. Like that's really the key is like eat meat, vegetables, and then just cook everything in healthy fats.
Yeah.
And like that's really where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it's. I think there's a very big issue still, which is kind of funny because how big the fitness and health industry is growing. But there's this weird thing where people still think that you can just eat low calories and lose weight when it's just so wrong.
It's very wrong. Well,
to an extent, obviously, it works for like a little bit. You'll get like a flash result, but then that's not sustainable, and it'll flash right back on.
Well, this all goes back down to having the mindset.
Something sustainable, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like people having that instant gratification. Well, if I do cut calories really fast, I will lose 10 pounds. It's like, yes, you will.
Absolutely.
But we don't have a weight loss problem in America. Like people are always like, we need to lose weight. It's not. Everyone knows someone who's lost weight. Every single person. But how many people do you know that has lost weight and then kept it off forever?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's very, very few.
Well, and what's interesting about that too is that it's okay. So like your body gets a set point, like it gets used to being at a certain weight, and the reason why you know this is true, and you can see it, is in people. A lot of times, the people who they're trying to lose, like I'm trying to lose 5 or 10 pounds because they weigh whatever, but they've weighed that same amount for the past 10 years. Like how come you can maintain weighing 180 pounds for the last 10 years? But you can't get down to 170. Like, why are you not up to 190, right? Because your body just kind of used to that weight, the lifestyle you're living, the things you're doing, you're maintaining that weight. And so when you make some changes, they might like do some crash diet and they get down to that 170, and then they just slowly go back to their old habits and end up back at that same weight, you know? So when you get to that new weight, you need to at least maintain it, you know, for a set period of time. You maintain that weight for 4 to 6 weeks. And then you can loosen up a little. Obviously, you can't do everything you were doing before. You're going to go back to the same.
So it's all about
but you
calories.
can loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, it's all about calories. So why people maintain that weight for a long period of time is because of their lifestyle. They're usually eating an average, a same amount of calories. They're caloric maintenance,
most people kind of eat the same things pretty much every day or on a weekly.
Exactly.
If you take a month of eating, right, and compare that to another random month, it's going to be pretty similar.
So when people lose weight, what they do is they cut their calories, and then obviously, because calories are king, right? You just have to make sure that if you have to be expending more than you're taking in.
Right.
And so you drop that weight. So this is the problem, is that you, like you said, say you drop down to 180, and so people go back to their normal lifestyle. So what I would do is call a reverse diet. You slowly build your metabolism and your calories back up over a period of months, slowly adding them back in. So then your normal lifestyle that you're comfortable living, your body has now adjusted to that at the 180 weight instead of the 190. You can't drop the weight, slow your metabolism down, then all of a sudden go back to where you usually are.
Right.
Slowly add in 20-40 calories a week over the course of 4 months. You can get back there and then maintain where you were. So that's what I do for clients that lose weight, because you can't, when you're going on a diet, right? If you're going to cut weight, you're doing something that's not super sustainable.
Right, you can't eat a caloric deficit forever.
So you have to do that reverse diet nice and slow, so then you can go to a maintainable calorie amount where if you go out 1 or 2 times a week, you're not actually gaining weight. Your new normal is going to be 180. Right. So people don't have the patience though, right? Because they crash.
That sounds too hard. No, that's people's mindset, though. Like, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Like, well, yeah, but nothing worthwhile is easy. So, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it, right?
I mean, it really is. It's having the patient that once you hit that weight, it's not all over. You're not like, okay, I did it. Okay, I'm going back to normal. It's all right, well, now we have to take another couple of months to keep that new normal. And so I always have that perspective. It's like, hey, it's 3 more months for the rest of your life. So you don't ever have to diet again.
And honestly, 3 months, like, all kidding aside, like, that shit goes by pretty quick. Especially if you have, like, goals and you're focusing on daily things. Like, if you approach it with the right mindset, like you were saying, like, that's pretty quick for something so drastic and something that's so important.
Yeah.
Like, accomplishing something like goals in 3 months that could change your life. Like, that's pretty quick.
And that's where honesty comes in. Do you really want it?
Exactly.
Do you really want it?
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a funny thing too that people say all the time. It's just absolutely accurate. Like people want to lose, I want to lose this weight, whatever, in the next like 3 months, and they want to lose 60 pounds in the next 3 months. It's like, well, you didn't gain those 60 pounds over 3 months. You gained those 60 pounds over 6 years. So how about if we can get those 60 pounds off you in, like, let's just say 1 year, 18 months? That'd be a massive victory. And most people, that would be a massive victory, but they want it to happen in 3 months, not in 2 years, you know?
And you have to also take into account for people who've been chronic yo-yo dieters. They come to me, you're 45 years old.
They have a history of failing. So why is this going to work? I've done it before, and I can never stick with it.
And their metabolism is shot to shit. And so I tell them, like, you're 45 years old. You did something for 45 years, and you're telling me I have 3 months? That's not fair. I'm I'm already telling you right now, you're not going to reach your goal in 3 months with me, but we could do it in maybe a year and a half. And that this is the only way that you have to approach this in order to have it, because you're not going to lose it any other way and sustain it. I'm like, because you've done everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else. I'm like, you have to have that perspective of like, you're not going to do something and then go back to normal. This is your normal.
Yeah.
Once you realize that, it just becomes so much easier. You're like, I just can't eat like a freaking dirtbag anymore.
Yeah.
Done.
There it is.
So,
There it is. I think that's a good place probably to end it.
okay.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
Sums it up right there. Just don't eat like a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Page 4.
7, I think.
The end. The end.
I don't really keep track. I mean,
Okay.
I change it every time.
Our book grows over time.
Well, it's an ebook, so we can actually change it.
you took it back. Yeah. Okay.
You can edit it. Yeah, you can. It's editing.
Oh,
It's like
editing.
it's like editing an IG
Well,
post.
each
Yeah.
page had like 4 words, so I hope so.
Well, I had to take off the T-graph page because you don't like the word bad in there.
Or we just change it to not as good for you.
Yeah, foods that are good for you, foods that are absolutely not good for you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for
it was a lot of
coming,
fun. It was good.
Katerina. If someone is more interested in your nutrition coaching or just want to see what you're up to, maybe they want to see photos of you blasting off the t-shirt cannon, something like that, where can they do that?
So I have an Instagram. It's my whole name, Katerina Kountouris, and then I have a website, axiosnutrition.com, and we're actually going to be launching a product in about 2 weeks. So
Oh, wow,
keep out
exciting.
for that.
What is it?
It's CBD.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
I know, I'm very excited because that's the other part of nutrition is recovery. We didn't talk about that, so next time.
Yeah, next
Yeah,
time.
next time. All right, well, there you go. Thanks for having us. This has been Gas Station Cappuccino.
Bye.